Enter the enigmatic realm where Sigma males roam, their elusive presence shrouded in mystery as they navigate a world that often fails to grasp their essence. In this exploration, we delve into the intricate dynamics behind the seeming disappearance of Sigma males from conventional narratives. These individuals, embodying traits of independence, introspection, and non-conformity, often find themselves on the fringes of societal perception, their complexities overlooked or misunderstood. Yet, it is within this very invisibility that their true strength lies, as Sigma males forge their paths away from the spotlight, driven by an inner compass that defies external expectations. Join us as we unravel the layers of their vanishing act, gaining insights into the profound reasons why Sigma males choose to remain hidden from the mainstream gaze, while leaving an indelible mark on the world around them. Number 21, they cherish their creative solitude. Sigma males often withdraw from the public eye to immerse themselves in their creative endeavors. This solitude is not about isolation, but rather about fostering an environment where their creativity can flourish without interruption. Whether they are writing, painting, coding, or engaging in any form of artistic or innovative activity, Sigma males find that their best work often comes from deep concentration and uninterrupted focus. The modern world's constant connectivity can be distracting and draining for them, pulling their attention away from the intricate details of their work. By choosing to remain hidden, they protect their creative space from the noise and demands of everyday life. This dedication to their craft requires long periods of solitude, which might make them seem distant or aloof to outsiders. However, this time alone is their way of honoring their passion and ensuring that their projects reach their full potential, free from the diluting effects of external influences. Number 20, they are cautious of their energy investments. Sigma males are particularly selective about where and how they invest their emotional and physical energy, often withdrawing from scenarios that do not align with their values or that seem energetically unprofitable. This selective engagement can be mistaken for aloofness, but it is actually a strategic approach to maintaining their mental and emotional well-being. They prefer to invest in relationships and activities that return value, whether that value is emotional, intellectual, or practical. By minimizing their involvement in less fulfilling activities, they maximize their resources for those things that truly matter to them. This approach not only conserves their energy but also enhances the quality of their interactions and achievements. For Sigma males, it's about depth rather than breadth, quality over quantity. And this discerning nature is a key to their enigmatic presence. Number 19, they prioritize their personal integrity. Sigma males often retreat from social situations where their values or ethics might be compromised. They hold their integrity in high regard and avoid circumstances where they might have to act against their principles. This integrity-driven withdrawal is not about judgment towards others, but a personal commitment to live authentically according to their moral compass. Being true to themselves is paramount, and they would rather disappear from the scene than conform to something that contradicts their values. This stance can lead to misunderstandings with those who might interpret their withdrawal as disdain or disapproval. However, for Sigma males, it's simply about aligning their actions with their beliefs and ensuring that they can look back on their choices with confidence that they did what felt right to them, regardless of external pressures or expectations. Number 18, they seek deeper connections. Sigma males often withdraw from the surface-level interactions that dominate much of our social exchanges. For them, engaging in small talk and casual banter isn't fulfilling. Instead, they crave connections that go beyond the superficial, seeking out conversations and relationships that provide deeper understanding and emotional engagement. This desire for meaningful interaction leads them to step away from noisy environments and transient social circles. They find more value in having a few close, trusted relationships than in maintaining a wide network of acquaintances. By choosing solitude or the company of like-minded individuals, Sigma males ensure that their social energy is invested in relationships that enrich their lives and resonate with their introspective nature. Number 17, they prioritize personal growth. Sigma males often disappear from the mainstream social radar because they are deeply involved in their personal development journeys. Instead of spending time on conventional achievements and social recognition, they focus on self-improvement and acquiring new skills. This inward focus is not out of a sense of superiority, but from a genuine interest in becoming their best selves. They might pick up new hobbies, delve into philosophical readings, or engage in practices that enhance their mental and physical well-being. This commitment to growth often requires solitude and a break from social distractions, making them less visible to the outside world. Number 16, they are sensitive to environmental stimuli. Sigma males tend to have a high sensitivity to their surroundings, including noises, crowds, and even visual chaos, which can easily overwhelm them. This sensitivity can prompt them to withdraw from environments that others might find stimulating or just normal. They prefer settings where they can control the amount of sensory input they receive, which often means creating quiet, minimalistic spaces where they can focus and think clearly. Their withdrawal is a protective measure, allowing them to maintain their mental energy and stay true to their need for a serene environment. Number 15, they value autonomy in decision-making. Sigma males often fade into the background in situations where group dynamics suppress individual opinions. Highly valuing autonomy, they prefer to make decisions based on their own analyses and convictions without the influence of a collective consensus. This can make collaborative environments challenging for them, especially if they feel their unique perspectives are overshadowed by louder voices. Thus, they might step back from group activities or discussions, choosing instead to pursue their goals independently, where they can ensure their actions align with their personal standards and beliefs. Number 14, they are natural observers. Sigma males often take a step back from active participation to better observe the dynamics and undercurrents in any given situation. This observational stance allows them to gather insights and information overlooked by others, which they can use to make more informed decisions. Their tendency to watch rather than participate can make them seem elusive or detached, but in reality they are actively analyzing and strategizing from the sidelines. This role as an observer helps them navigate social and professional landscapes with a unique perspective that often goes unnoticed. Number 13, they pursue unconventional paths. Sigma males are known for their non-conformist attitudes, often choosing careers, lifestyles, and philosophies that diverge from societal norms. This can lead to a misunderstanding or underestimation by mainstream culture, which often values more traditional or visible markers of success. Their paths might involve risky ventures or innovative projects that don't align with conventional expectations, prompting them to move away from the spotlight to freely explore and develop their unconventional interests without external pressure or judgment. Number 12, they avoid emotional drama. Sigma males tend to withdraw from environments where emotional drama and interpersonal conflicts are prevalent. They prefer rationality and calmness, and situations charged with emotional intensity can be draining for them. This aversion is not due to a lack of empathy, but stems from a preference for dealing with issues in a more detached, thoughtful manner. By staying out of the drama, they conserve their emotional energy for matters and relationships that are truly meaningful to them, maintaining their peace and equilibrium. Number 11, they need to process changes and adapt. Sigma males often retreat to regroup and adapt when significant changes occur in their lives or environments. Whether it's a career shift, a move to a new city, or a change in personal relationships, they need time to think through and adjust to new circumstances. This internal processing is crucial for them to maintain stability and direction in their lives. By temporarily withdrawing, they can assess their situation, explore their options, and plan their next steps in a thoughtful and effective manner. Number 10, they choose deliberate invisibility. Sigma males sometimes deliberately choose to remain unseen or unnoticed in social settings. This isn't due to shyness, but is a strategic decision to maintain privacy and control over their interactions. By controlling their visibility, they manage their social energy and keep their priorities and interests shielded from potential scrutiny or interference. This approach allows them to navigate social spaces on their terms, engaging when they find it beneficial and retreating when it serves their larger goals of personal autonomy and peace. Number 9, they need to recharge their social batteries. For Sigma males, sometimes the social scene is just too much. It's like being at a party where the music is always loud. After a while, it's not fun, it's tiring. That's when they decide it's time to leave, not forever but just long enough to regain their peace of mind. Imagine using all your energy to keep up with one conversation after another, nodding even when you desperately want a break. It drains you both physically and mentally. This step back isn't because they dislike people or are antisocial. It's more about recognizing that their social battery is low and they need some quiet to recharge. Everyone has this internal battery that helps us interact socially. For some, this battery lasts longer, and they can spend days talking and socializing. But for these quieter types, their battery runs out quicker. Once it does, they need to go off the grid, enjoy some alone time, and do their thing. It's during this downtime that they recharge, finding their balance again. Once they're recharged, they're ready to join the social scene again. Without this break, they would probably end up feeling cranky and overwhelmed, which isn't fun for anyone. Number 8, they are going through a tough time when life gets too hard. Some guys prefer to step back and disappear. When everything feels too overwhelming, they find it easier to handle it alone. It's not about being dramatic or seeking attention, actually. It's the opposite. It's their way of dealing with things and sorting through the mess without anyone else watching or judging them. Going off the radar lets them handle their issues without having to pretend to be happy or explain what's wrong. This isn't about pushing people away forever, it's more like pressing pause, taking some time to breathe, and maybe healing in private. They think it's better to step back than to pull others down with their mood or problems. Dealing with things alone lets them process their thoughts and feelings without any distractions. Once they've had some time to themselves to really understand and maybe find a way through their troubles, they often return ready to face the world again. It's their unique way of healing, finding strength in quietness. Number 7, they avoid being controlled by others. Sigma males really don't like it when others try to control their lives. They value personal freedom and making their own choices without someone else steering them. It's not just about being stubborn, it's about self-respect. They are the kind of people who prefer to guide their own lives, living on their own terms. When they sense that someone is trying to control them, whether it's a boss, a partner, or just societal expectations, they pull away. Becoming less visible is their way of taking back control and keeping their freedom. They aren't willing to be puppets in someone else's show. Staying in the background allows them to avoid power struggles and continue doing things their way. It's their tactic to stay true to themselves without having to argue about it. They'd rather leave than play a game that's rigged against them. In a world focused on influence and being influenced, choosing to stay hidden is their way of maintaining their independence. Why try to fit in when you can go your own way, right? Number 6, they take a break from social media. Unlike most people, who are constantly on their social media feeds, scrolling and posting, Sigma males take breaks from social media now and then. It's their way of pressing the reset button. While everyone else is busy showing off every moment and meal, they prefer to step back. They find peace in staying low-key, away from the buzz and the constant pings of notifications. Think about it, no comparisons, no pressure to look perfect or live a dream life, just real, unfiltered life. This break from social media isn't about missing out, it's about catching up with themselves in a world that never stops posting, liking, and commenting. A male finds value in quiet moments. It's not antisocial, it's choosing to live without an audience. By disappearing from the online world, they keep their lives private, avoiding the rush of dopamine that comes with every scroll or like. It's all about balance and taking control of their attention, rather than letting social media control it for them. Number 5, they're upset because of something you said or did. Sigma males often fade into the background when someone has wronged them, especially if it's something that can't be easily resolved or forgiven. They don't want to make a scene or cause unnecessary drama, so they choose to quietly distance themselves instead. Sometimes it's better to step back and let things cool off before addressing the issue, especially if it's something they feel strongly about. This also gives them time to think and process their emotions before responding, rather than reacting impulsively in the heat of the moment. Think of it as their way of hitting the pause button, taking a step back to reassess the situation without letting emotions cloud their judgment. They're not into confrontations or lengthy discussions explaining why they're hurt or upset. Instead, they go invisible, silently sorting through their feelings and thoughts. This silent retreat isn't about giving the cold shoulder, it's their form of self-care. They believe in handling conflicts internally, mulling over what happened and why it bothered them so much. Keeping their feelings close to their chest, they often appear unaffected on the surface, but underneath, they're reevaluating the situation. It's not about holding grudges, it's more about finding peace within themselves before deciding the best course of action. Number 4, they avoid being the target of gossip. Unlike those who thrive on being the latest topic of conversation, Sigma males steer clear of the drama. They have zero tolerance for gossip. It's not just a simple dislike, it's a profound aversion that drives them to keep to themselves. They hate it when people spend time talking about others behind their backs instead of minding their own business. While some find it entertaining, Sigma males find it pointless and destructive. They believe in a simple, straightforward lifestyle where actions speak louder than words. They see gossip as not only a waste of time but also as something that breeds negativity and distracts from personal growth and productivity. Avoiding the spotlight also means you won't end up being the talk of the town. The more visible you are, the more likely you are to become the target of idle chatter. Sigma males prefer to remain invisible and keep themselves out of the gossip loop, maintaining their peace and focus. They keep their personal life private and their professional achievements low-key, leaving little room for others to speculate or spread rumors about them. In their world, silence is golden. It's not just about keeping drama away, it's about preserving their energy for things that actually matter, like carving out a fulfilling life on their own terms, far away from the noise and needless chatter. Number 3, they don't need your attention. Do you know those guys who just do their own thing and don't seem to care much about what anyone else thinks? Well, that's because they genuinely don't. Sigma males have this aura of not needing validation from others to feel good about themselves. They're on their own path, and your opinion isn't required for their journey. This mindset is pretty unusual because it means they're not out here trying to impress everyone. They know their own worth and don't need constant attention to reaffirm it. While alpha males need to make sure everyone knows they're in charge to feel good about themselves, Sigma males don't need that validation. They find worth and satisfaction from within. It's a unique kind of freedom, and one that's hard for others to understand. While the rest might be chasing approval and recognition, these individuals are chilling, living life on their own terms. This whole vibe makes them blend into the background because they're not jumping up and down, waving their arms for attention. They're just doing their thing, and you might not even notice. Number 2, they hustle in silence. While alpha males often boast about their accomplishments and beta males might seek validation from others, Sigma males prefer to hustle in silence. Whether it's advancing in their career or starting their own business, they don't need to announce it to the world. They're the guys who work hard behind the scenes without making a fuss about it. No bragging on social media or fishing for compliments. They believe in putting in the effort quietly and letting their achievements speak for themselves. It's not about being secretive, but a personal choice to stay focused and not be sidetracked by outside opinions or distractions. Not to mention that not all your friends will have their best interests at heart. By staying invisible, Sigma males can avoid the jealousy and competition that often arise when others see you trying to succeed. They'd rather stay under the radar, doing their thing and achieve their objectives without the fanfare and the pressure of being in the spotlight. This approach not only keeps distractions at bay but also adds an element of surprise when they finally reveal what they've been working on. Their achievements often come as a shock to most because nobody saw them coming. They're not on the radar until they want to be, making their successes all the more impactful. They don't do this for attention or recognition, they do it for themselves. Number 1, they'd rather watch than be watched. Sigma males are the type who prefer to stay in the shadows, observing everything very closely. They find comfort in the background, where they can see what's happening without being the center of attention. Being under the microscope feels invasive. It's not about being shy or unsure of themselves, they're confident in who they are, but choose to maintain a low profile. This choice allows them to understand their environment and people better, gathering insights without the distraction of being watched and analyzed themselves. They see more, learn more, and understand more because they're not caught up in performing or meeting someone else's expectations. It's a strategic move, just like a hunter watching its prey. By staying invisible, they keep their cards close to their chest, giving them an advantage in any situation. Unlike those in the spotlight, Sigma males don't have to worry about others knowing their next move. This approach allows them to move quietly and make decisions after getting the full picture of what's happening around them without the unnecessary noise or drama that often accompanies visibility. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the Join button under this video.